2025 Ford Capri. Ford revived the Capri nameplate in 2024 for a fresh new start with a bold all-electric crossover that shared its underpinnings with the more regular Explorer lineup from the same automaker. In late 1968, Ford introduced the Capri lineup in Europe, targeting customers who had a Mustang but couldn't. It was a coupe with a long hood, a low-slung profile, and a sloped-down rear end. That car was a tremendous success for the European branch of the American automaker. Furthermore, Ford launched another 2 generations of that nameplate and even imported it into the US, marketed it as the Mercury Capri, and sold it between 1970 and 1978. In Europe, the production of this model has ended in 1986. But there was a nostalgia left behind that conquered teenagers' imaginations from those times, and Ford knew it. As a result, in 2024, it brought back the nameplate, albeit it wasn't a 2-door sporty-looking coupe but an all-electric crossover with a fastback shape. It shared its platform with the Ford Explorer EV and the Volkswagen ID.4. In fact, it was more related to the ID.5 crossover coupe from the German automaker. At the front, the design team took inspiration from the mid-80s Capri with the 4 headlights design, albeit with LEDs or matrix LED lamps. Between them, the automaker placed a black panel where the blue oval badge took center stage, another inspiration from the same sporty coupe. Lower, the automaker embossed the bumper with the Capri lettering, while the apron sported an air intake needed to cool the car's electronics. In addition, the crossover sported a pair of side scoops for the air curtains that lowered the drag coefficient. From its profile, the car looked nothing like a sporty 2-door coupe. Its hood was short and tall, and the big, raked windshield was just the starter for the tall greenhouse compared to the vehicle's overall height. However, Ford said that the car's design was inspired by the original Capri, and those who knew that model could guess that on the C-posts. The arched line behind the rear doors resembled that model. Furthermore, the raked forward D-pillars were wide on their lower side, just like the Capri Mk3. At the back, the crossover coupe featured wide tail lights and a black trim between them. In a way, these resembled the former sports car, but only from afar. Inside, it was clearly a new vehicle. Fronting the driver was a flat-bottom steering wheel and an LCD instrument panel that showed the necessary driving information. The center stack housed a large, portrait mode, 14.6-inch touchscreen, which could be slid up and down for a more comfortable position. Behind it, like in its Explorer brother, the 2024 Ford Capri featured a hidden compartment where more valuable items could be stored conveniently, out of praying eyes. Between the front seats, the automaker put a center console with an armrest that covered a large storage area where a 15-inch laptop could be placed. In the back, there was room for 3 adults since the roof started to descend behind them for additional headroom. It was a form-follow function that worked well in this case. At the car's launch, the Capri was available in 2 trim levels and with a few powertrains that sent their power to the rear or in all corners. It also boasted a 77 kWh or 79 kWh battery pack. The former was for the RWD version, while the latter was for the more potent AWD model. Another entry-level version was also announced with a smaller-sized battery of just 54 kWh.